Good morning. Today's verse or chapter is Ephesians 4. This is my dad. His name is Andy Lowe. And today we're both going to be going over Ephesians chapter 4. So he's going to start in verses 11 and 12.
Should I read them?
Go ahead.
11. So Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors and teachers to equip his people for works of service so that the body of Christ may be built up. This one I like because some of you may know I play the drums in church on occasion, and I've been playing the drums in church for about 20 years. So why would I mention that? I mention it because I have no musical ability whatsoever. I don't know how to read music
or sing.
Definitely can't sing. I basically self-taught myself the drums 22 years ago. And I don't know why God gifted me to play them. I don't profess that I play them well, but I played them well enough for most churches to allow me to play. And so when I think about why, I don't know why God gifted me that way, but I've always felt like I have to use that gift because he's given me the gift to use. So I think there's probably things in all of our lives that you're probably good at, but maybe you don't understand why. Maybe these are some things you're good at and you don't particularly like them, but if you feel like God has called you to use those gifts, maybe like playing the piano.
Okay, thanks, Dad.
I love her. then maybe those are things you need to consider.
And the next verse that stood out to at least me was verse 15, where it says, "Instead, speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become in every respect the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ." And that is a good reminder that even though it might be sometimes difficult to talk to certain people, especially if there's like a conflict, to speak to them and having their best interest and to speak it in love. You're doing verse 26.
In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. So I've also been married for 20 years in June. Jill and I dated starting in 1995, so it's been about 25 years that we've been together. And on occasion, like any couple, you come into some disagreements. And so there's been times that she's been wrong in our marriage. And so in those times where she is wrong, we oftentimes have to bring out this verse and not let the sun go down, quite literally. Like we want to be able to bring resolution to whatever the issue is before we go to bed, so that the devil doesn't gain a foothold in our marriage and our lives, and that we can wake up the next day and usually realize that the thing she was wrong about probably isn't as serious as maybe we thought it was. So I suppose one of these days that if I'm wrong, she may want to also use this verse with me, but
you're never wrong.
We're not there yet.
Right. That's what I was thinking too. And then also verses 29 and then 31 to 32, they say, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. And get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ God forgave you." Those kind of also go back to verse 15 when it talks about being humble and being kind and compassionate to one another, even though it might be difficult, but to know that what you say and the actions that you do affect others, and to make sure that you glorify God through what you say and what you do. So, do you have any other things to say?
As you know, if you were 16, I don't think you probably would have interpreted that very well, but now that you're 17, that was spot on.
Okay, thank you, Dad. Thank you.
Peace out.
Okay. Thank you for listening, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your day.